It was the hardest thing I ever did in my life, and I'm fucking proud of it. We noticed with the Rotten Christ tour that a lot of people were coming to the shows, and a lot of people were coming early to see us, not just Rotten Christ, and most of all very young crowds. I mean, even yesterday at the Detroit show, the front row was filled with like 13-year-old to 15-year-old newcomers to the scene. Of course, like extremely goth and like we used to dress back in the day when we were starting out to listen to this music. But it's great to see. I mean, it's great to see that new people are coming into the genre, and it's not like these old dude music as it felt like 10 years ago or something like that, where everything was still so serious and so well kept from the rest of the scene of music fans. I mean, it's great, and I think it's all owed to bands like us, bands like Wada, bands like Shamash, Hariki for the Sky, Derveg. I mean, a lot of these bands like us are bringing new people into the genre because we also bring something else, not just like the pure black metal energy and aggressiveness, but also different sorts of soundscapes, different sorts of behaving on stage. I mean, but it's also because we're all from a generation. All of these bands have been around for what, 10 years, some 15, but all of us come from a generation that deserves and demands a bit more. And we're all evolving from, of course, the classics, but we also like different stuff. I mean, you see a band like Derveg and Hoaxed or Hariki, or a band like us, and we bring all this emotion and different clean soundscapes and all these minimalistic parts, not just trying to be the most aggressive and whatever satanic band in the counter, but we explore something else, and I think that's what brings these new people into the genre. And because I mean, I don't think it's about not being dangerous anymore. I still think our music is still quite aggressive and quite expressive and dangerous in another sort of the word, but it's not gatekeeping music anymore. Let's put it like that. I don't think it is, and it shouldn't be. Yeah, I mean, we've crossed that part of being a weird band, or being a band that people would compare to a lot of different bands that were already out there or still around there. We crossed that part, which is massively important to us, because I think we carved our own spot in the scene, in the genre, by being a band that it's legit and people know that we're serious about what we're doing. And well, I mean, the proof of that is that we're in Toronto for the second time in a year. I mean, it's something quite important for us. It means that people want us here, people understand what we're doing, and it's for real. I mean, people come to these shows to experience something. People want to see. I think the newcomers and the fans of bands like us and Wolves in the Throne Room want to experience something in these shows. They don't want to see us playing exactly as in the record. I mean, we're not playing technical death metal. We're not Archspire here, and kudos to them, really good friends. But we're not a band like that. We're a band that it's creating this atmosphere, this emotion, and all of the shows for us are very different. I mean, some days are more aggressive, some days are way more intimate. It depends on the venue, on the crowd. If it's packed, if it's not, our energy, without us actually knowing it or noticing it, it will shift towards what people are, what kind of environment are we in. We kind of read the room for that, and people want to experience something they will not forget. It's exactly what we're doing. We're doing this so we're doing this I do remember most of the shows we did in like 7 or 8 years of a band, and that's quite impressive for us to notice that people are on a journey. People are discovering something about themselves or about us or whatever, trying to interpret what we're doing. They're intrigued by it. It's not fast food music, like whatever music is out there. I mean, it's music that makes people dive into another dimension, or if they're really into it, of course. I'm not saying everybody does that. Some people just like the music or just there to drink beer, but we also have fans and people that feel the music to another extent, and that's very important to us. It means that we're doing exactly what we want people to feel. We're never in control, but this whole experience was we're a band that sings about suffering, and some things deep within the lyrics are very personal, and some other are just like rehearsals of what goes on in my mind or our mind as a band. But at some point I thought like the right way for us to finish this very excruciating, liberating album such as Mirage, because it grew so much after we released it. It's still selling really well, and people still want to buy it, and we're just repressing a new color just for this tour. So what better way to just finish it on a high note and something that we're very proud of, instead of just a live video or whatever, guitar playthrough or whatever. Let's put our actions where our lyrics are and make a video about suffering and something completely real, where we lay down and have this excruciating experience of nearly drowning. It was the hardest thing I ever did in my life, and I'm fucking proud of it. It just leaves you kind of opens your horizon to something else. I mean, when I saw what Claudio engineered when I got to that garage, I was like, I don't know if I can do this. I mean, we tried a few times. That's the 4th take you see in the video, and the first one I could endure like 10 seconds. I mean, it was horrible. And then you're not gonna fucking quit. I mean, we never quit on anything in this band. I mean, I just thought I'll just fucking do it, and if I can get out anytime. I was not chained, but this is what I want to do, and this is I think not a lot of artists these days do that, where everything is very fake, everything, and I understand, because it's a music video. Music video is this fake thing. It's a promotional thing where you put a lot of concept into it or not, but in the end it's still a promotional thing. But this is not a promotional video. This is an experience. This is a video where we put our actions where our lyrics are, and if we sing about suffering, let's do it. Let's do it the way we sing it. We sing about it, and that's exactly what you see in the video. It's again, as you said, there's no control whatsoever. Of course, I could disappear and just say I will not do it, but there's no escape from that feeling of I thought about this. I built this whole thing in my mind. Of course, Claudio did an amazing work there, but I'll just go all the way, because that's how we do it every night on stage. People will have it. I mean, we're after this tour, we're gonna go back to the studio. The new album is written. We are way how do I say it? We're way ahead of everything by now. I mean, there's a cover art. There's all the videos are already thought of. I mean, there's these crazy fucking ideas, even way crazier than the Dormant video, that we're gonna start working on them right after the album. And I mean, we've been working like backstage. I mean, I'm recording pre-production vocals in a van while on this tour. We just get up early, and before our driver arrives and we go to the next venue, we just record vocals in a van just to have like the pre-production ready before we go to the studio. And we're quite proud of what we're doing. I mean, it is different. It is evolution. It is a new facade of everything we're doing. I just don't want to dive too much into that because we're still building all this thing. But I know there's a new album coming next year. It will be a very different album for obvious reasons. We had lineup changes, and without sounding too cliche or whatever other bands say all the time, it's an album that so far it's been super fun to work with, very very emotional at the same time. But everything we do is very liberating. Otherwise, we wouldn't do it. It's just the next chapter of the Gaerea cycle, like Limbo was, like Mirage is. This is a continuation, not too much in the vortex concept. We're stepping out a bit more to explore the things that are happening in our minds right now as artists, and I'm really stoked to just go to the studio and start working on this.
You are awesome for watching this video. Click right here to see more content like it and subscribe to the channel.